Nestled between the majestic Hajar Mountains and the rim of the Indian Ocean lies the Emirate of Fujairah, the jewel of the east coast of the United Arab Emirates. Fujairah is one of 7 emirates that forms the United Arab Emirates. With Fujairah occupying the majority of the eastern seaboard of the UAE, coupled with the port of Fujairah's multi-purpose capability, the location is an ideal gateway to the United Arab Emirates and the countries beyond in the Arabian Gulf. Situated 70 nautical miles outside the Straits of Hormuz, the port of Fujairah's location is of strategic and commercial attraction to shipping companies. Fujairah is one of the 3 biggest bunkering centres in the world and offers a range of maritime logistics and supply services to more than 13,500 ships that call on the anchorage and port annually. Today, Fujairah has developed into the most significant oil trade and logistics hub of the region. But how did all this come about in a place that does not produce oil? It all started when the founding father and the first president of the UAE, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, initiated the construction of a port. Soon, under the wise leadership of His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Mohammed Al Sharqi, Supreme Council member and ruler of Fujairah, a small container port was ready. Operations started in 1983. It had a quay length of just 370 meters. It was a new beginning for UAE and Fujairah in particular. From 370 meters quay length to more than 6 kilometers today, the port of Fujairah has grown in size and stature as the only multi-purpose port on the east coast of the UAE. However, the story of oil in Fujairah had humble beginnings. Meanwhile, by the 1980s, geopolitical events, the strategic location and the deep calm waters of Fujairah galvanized a growth pattern that saw the location emerge into one of the top 3 bunkering centers in the world. International oil storage and trading companies were quick to recognize the strategic and commercial advantages of the location, proximity to the world's top oil-producing region, yet outside the choke point of the Straits of Hormuz.
You see the orange barge? This is a location for the tankers calling Port of Fujairah between 1983 to 1994 for discharging fuel for city power station. Between 2000 and 2006, we are using CBM, conventional buoy mooring, to accommodate 2 tankers at the same time with a maximum length overall 250 meter and dead weight 110,000 dead weight, and depth at that location minus 15 meter at the chart date. In this location, we removed the CBM and start operation in Oil Terminal 1, the first vessel, called in June 2006. Oil Terminal 1 can accommodate 3 tankers up to 250 meter with the dead weight 110,000 ton and depth alongside 15 meter with the chart data. This is Oil Terminal 2 Phase 1, berths 4, 5, 6 and 7. This berth started in June 2010, can accommodate tankers up to 300 meters, 200,000 tons. The depth alongside 18 meters with the chart data.
Growth was inevitable. Meanwhile, the Northern Breakwater project for enclosing of OT2 Harbour Basin was underway. The total length of the breakwater would reach almost 3 kilometers and extend into deep waters to a depth of 21 meters.
We are heading now to berth number 8 and 9, Oil Terminal 2 Phase 2, which commissioned in July 2015.
The dynamics of the oil industry in Fujairah was changing rapidly. The Habshan-Fujairah pipeline from the oil-rich western regions of the UAE was also a significant factor. A substantial portion of UAE's oil is now exported through Fujairah. Unprecedented growth in the storage sector meant providing more facilities to the investors. Storage capacity is expected to touch almost 15 million cubic meters by 2018. As construction of the northern breakwater progressed, reaching depths of up to 21 meters, the government of Fujairah recognized the advantages and need for building a VLCC berth to serve the growing requirements of the vibrant oil industry. Plans were put into action.
In connection to the actual construction of VLCC 1 jetty, we were involved in four connected projects. One is from the original beach line to create new land in sea, which also gives space for MM2. The second one is the realization of the breakwater, which protects the new OT2 port area. Number three is on top of the breakwater, the realization of the pipe rack 5, which connects the VLCC jetty to MM2. MM2, matrix manifold, is a kind of distribution board, like the old telephone central, which the lady put to connect pipes from the VLCC to various users. The fourth one is the realization of this dredging pocket in front of the jetty. The original level is minus 21, 22 meters seabed level, and we need a depth of minus 26 meters. Well, we had a number of challenges, of course. The biggest in the breakwater in relation to the pipe rack was the settlements, the deformations of the breakwater. In relation to the creation of the pipe rack, which cannot settle because it's difficult, the pipes cannot settle, and in the time span that the breakwater gets time to settle, that was too short. For that we had to put the whole pipe rack number 5, which carries the pipes from the jetty to the matrix manifold. That whole pipe rack is placed on 650 piles in the seabed.
High-quality rocks came from the quarries nearby, with more than 22 million tons of rock going into the reclamation and breakwater construction, while the total land reclaimed for the whole project totaled 10,250,000 square meters.
Now this project is big. It's quite unique in that way. It's designed for very large crude carriers, or VLCCs. A tanker like that carries 320,000 tons of oil. Now, the port of Fujairah is quite unique in having the deep water to receive these vessels at the port itself. The big size of these vessels also means that we basically had to supersize the facilities for the jetty. Everything on the jetty is big: the dolphins, the loading platform. As an example, the piles that were required to absorb the loads from the vessel and all the equipment and the pipelines, 142 piles, each 50 to 60 meters long, with a diameter of 1.7 meters. Of course, it needed quite specialized and heavy marine equipment to install these piles. One of the key challenges that we faced is that we started off as an offshore project. The breakwater was only halfway complete when we started the construction of the jetties and the platform, meaning that we had to use the offshore equipment to drive the piles and build the platform. And then only after a while, the breakwater was far enough advanced to make a land connection.
With 3 berthing dolphins and 3 mooring dolphins on either side of the platform, the VLCC jetty can accommodate tankers in the range of Aframax to VLCC size. The design allows for a maximum length of 344 meters and a minimum of 240 meters. The maximum and minimum displacement would be 363,000 tons and 87,000 tons respectively. The 120-meter long approach trestle is a pile-supported structure with steel trusses carrying steel deck slab for the roadway. The pipe rack is of structural steelwork supported on top of the trusses. State-of-the-art design features comply with all the international codes and standards related to firefighting and safety. The platform is equipped with 4 20-inch marine loading arms capable of 12,000 cubic meters flow per hour. The design allows for import and export of crude oil and fuel oil. Other features include, but not limited to, piggable dock and slop lines, nitrogen lines, stripping pumps, slop sumps, FW line to matrix manifold, gangway tower, and a 15 tons EOT crane on the platform.
What is really unique about us is that all oil terminals in Fujairah are connected to each other through the matrix manifolds. Port of Fujairah has total number of 2 matrix manifolds, which is interconnecting all the terminals. That means we can pump from any oil terminal to any other oil terminal without the need of utilizing a ship or chartering a ship, which is efficient and cost effective. Another scenario is if a ship needs to carry multiple parcels from different terminals. Again, that ship does not need to change the berth. We can load or discharge the multi-parcels from different terminals utilizing our matrix manifolds. One more thing I would like to add is with the commissioning of the new VLCC berth, Port of Fujairah has the opportunity to expand to a total number of 25 oil berths in the future.
Infrastructure aside, it is all about investing for the future generations to come. A highly coveted scholarship program by the port has seen many young Emiratis looking forward to being part of this progress and growth. Simultaneously, the port's investments involves specialized machinery, such as these tugs, and other state-of-the-art equipment to serve the growing demands of Fujairah's steadily expanding oil and gas sector.
With the new VLCC jetty, the port can now handle the full range of oil tankers, ranging from smaller barges to fully laden, very large crude carriers. And this creates flexibility and optionality for the markets that we serve and the players who are in that market. And this will stimulate and facilitate further growth in existing markets that we serve, and will create a lot of growth opportunities for the new market, the crude oil storage and handling market.
The Fujairah oil tanker terminals offer an economy of scale not afforded to customers by other ports around the world. A notable factor that is encouraging oil majors and leading trading houses to store products in Fujairah. September the 6th, 2016. This was a momentous day for the port of Fujairah. The first VLCC to discharge crude oil at the newly built VLCC jetty had arrived. VLCC Iona is 333 meters long, 60 meters wide, and has a deadweight tonnage of 318,325 tons. This scene you are witnessing signals a new era for the Fujairah oil tanker terminals. From 3 berths, 400 vessels and a throughput of 7 million tons in 2007, the Fujairah oil tanker terminals in 2015 had a throughput of over 56 million tons, using 9 main and 17 wing berths with 2,230 vessels. The commissioning of the VLCC jetty is set to see these figures increase significantly. It is truly a proud moment for the nation. And for the port of Fujairah, this is just the beginning of a new chapter of many more to come. The port of Fujairah, a port for all reasons and a port for all seasons.